I'm Gina.
I'm Christina,
and we're the Gorgeous Geeks.
And today we're here to talk about Once Upon a Time. Season 2 finale just happened, and I thought it was a really good season. I was interested in. I mean, some of them got separated, and went back to the forest, and some of them was in Storybrooke, and they had to get them back, and there's a lot going on. Cora, Regina's mom, and some more about Regina's past, and Rumpelstiltskin, Belle losing her memory. We have not talked about it all season, obviously.
Like Lana, oh my gosh, her acting, playing Miss Regina, when she realized that Snow killed her mom, like the look on her face.
Oh yeah, she did kill her.
Well, she made
her
daughter kill her.
I thought, you know what, I was thinking of like the story like in the beginning. I wasn't connecting what you were saying. Never mind, forget it.
First of all, they blew my mind because Cora was actually the girl in Rumpelstiltskin's story.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. And Rose McGowan did an awesome job playing a young Cora.
Yeah, she did.
I was like, oh, wow.
Right.
And then the fact that Rumpelstiltskin was actually falling for Cora, but clearly not so much because, when he kissed her, he didn't start to lose his power like he did with Belle. Clearly Belle is his true love. But still, like the fact that Cora was the girl in the Rumpelstiltskin story, because I always thought about like, okay, well, what's the actual story of that? And so I thought that was absolutely awesome. But when Lana looked at Snow and looked at Ginnifer Goodwin and with that just hate beaming out of her eyes and the music playing in the background, it was like, oh man. Like it was just
like, you in trouble now, girl.
Yeah. Regina, her whole redemption thing, like I thought it was great at first, but I don't know, then it was a little
aggravating.
I was gonna say lackluster, but boring. Not too boring, but just I don't know. I just prefer that her going at it with Emma thing. And then gosh, she told Henry that she planned on killing everybody and taking him away. He's like, why would you tell me that? He's like, you're evil. She's like, I'm just gonna make you forget. And it's like, she's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why would you ever think that was okay?
Right. At the end of it, one thing, I know
She needs a real friend.
Yeah, he does.
No, I mean she needs a real friend or something, because like maybe she should have gotten an evil friend like to tell that to, like not her kid.
The thing about the season finale is that one person that was getting on my nerves, like
Hook?
no, not Hook. What's the black girl?
Tamara.
The fact that she could whoop everybody's behind with her little skinny self kind of irritated me.
Yeah, I'm like,
how come she could be that
Christina yelled out, she's like, I want her to get eaten by a zombie. Like, it doesn't
she's on
happen.
The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Like, it's just
Like, I hope they go into a world where zombies are, she just get eaten.
like, it's just,
Which would be funny
she's so
because
annoying.
Neil is in that show too.
And it's just like, Prince Charming is just like,
It's like, somebody give him a sword because he doesn't know how to use a gun.
Right.
And he's not going to use it.
I mean,
I'll shoot you in the face.
It's
No, you won't.
As tiny as she is, and for her to give him a hard time
It's just like,
was ridiculous to me.
like all these people.
I'm like, you're not even going to have him fighting the guy?
You know what? I mean, if someone is trained, it isn't really. If someone is like superiorly trained, you should. Size doesn't have to matter. But I'm like, this dude kills dragons.
Yeah, that's not
And that's like his first time out.
He kills dragons.
It's like,
Right.
oops, I accidentally became this awesome hero.
Like you said, like he kills dragon, but he can't take a skinny black chick.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm
Nothing
like,
to
clearly he is out of his element, and someone just needs to hand him a sword and just give. What's the name of Bo?
I don't think he'd run.
Emma's
her
the
down.
only one I guess
He wouldn't run.
And you know
her
what? She
through
does better with the
sword.
sword too. Let's just everyone have a sword.
He wouldn't run her through with the sword. He would just hold her hostage until she somehow finally escaped.
That's another thing. And I guess it has to
Nobody
do with
would kill
the fact.
Sax if
Yeah, nobody
Regina
will kill
won.
it. Nobody will kill anybody, and they did the whole backstory like we're gonna keep giving Regina a chance, or whatever. And I guess managing her and not being able to hurt anybody was like, I guess a reasonable option. But
You know what they should have got? They should have got Red. Red would have killed Tamara.
you shouldn't have past few ones. But the thing about this fairy tale world is good must prevail, and I mean that's fine. Let's do the right thing, and I mean that's great considering. I mean we've all these super dark stuff on TV, I guess, but it's like even though Emma had to say we're gonna do the right thing, even though it's stupid and it doesn't make sense, we're gonna do it. I'm like, well, at least thank you for acknowledging that
this is stupid.
You know, one thing I have to say that really bugged the mess out of me was that Rumpelstiltskin and his dagger. That whole thing. You know, and Emma's like, tell him where the dagger is, because apparently, even though you've been hiding this thing for, I don't know, however long we've been stuck here, and no one has been able to find it, including these powerful, you know, witches that are running around the town, why don't we take that really good safety spot you have and just explode it and give that important piece of your life to my parents, who will no doubt just probably put it in a desk at the sheriff's office. And I'm just like, when I saw the hiding spot, I was like, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
There's no way these two are going to come up with a better hiding spot than that.
Yeah.
And of course, it was a trap.
Yeah.
If I was Rumpelstiltskin,
I wouldn't
I
trust
would have
nobody.
went off on all the people on my
Like, you're all just gonna be
deathbed.
frauds today.
It's like, and then how all of them treat Rumpelstiltskin. Okay. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Like, seriously, like when he was upset about Belle because Belle had lost her memories, I'm like, and they're all like really worried about this stranger. I'm like, he is the most powerful
Person in the town.
In the
and he's
town.
about to snap.
And he's about to snap. I'm like, will that help this girl get her memories back so
Yeah.
he can be happy and on the good side? And then I'm like, you know, I would be Rumpelstiltskin's bestie in that town.
Right.
And Regina's too. I'm like, well, I can't go between you two guys. Like, so that's something you gotta do. But I just, that part, I just was like,
Well, Hook was like a major villain in the story. Hook was like a major villain in the story, and I don't know, he's just so lame to me.
well, like part of me is thinking,
He was
like,
so cool when I first introduced him.
I don't think he was. I
part of
think
me
he
is
confused.
thinking that,
He was never cool.
Hook,
No.
part of me is thinking that, it's the accent, Gina. Part of me is thinking
I know
that
the accent.
Hook is, supposed to be this really dangerous type of guy, but another part of me is thinking like, well, a 10-year-old boy just best him all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that did play to mind. These are fairy tale characters, so good is supposed to overcome evil. So maybe that's why evil is lame sometimes. And even though they're in our real world, I'm like, okay, well, let me just accept this. Let me accept the fact that Snow White can go to a castle with 7 dwarves and take down all the guards to rescue Prince Charming. Let me just accept that because good is supposed to win.
Yeah. But Hook is.
I was saying, we were talking about other worlds they could go to. And really, we were just thinking about Kingdom Hearts games because they went to different worlds. And I'm like, it'd be cool. Maybe they did Pirates of the Caribbean or somebody said that. I'm like, you know what? This guy who plays Hook would be a better Johnny Depp impersonator than Captain Hook to me.
Well, yeah, but then once again, you're thinking like, he doesn't seem like a bad,
Well, see, none of the
That person,
characters
but-
are what they were.
I know,
in
but-
the stories.
I know.
Because
But
you know what?
That's another thing. I really want like somebody to mention, like maybe they can't, like what I would really like somebody who's in Fairy Tale Land to think or talk about just in one little snippet about these interpretations of these Disney movies or television shows. Like I would love for
Disney would
Hook.
sue their pants off.
No, Disney and ABC, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You ever noticed that the same costumes they wear is the same ones they kind of wear in the cartoons? Chip? That wasn't in Grimm's Fairy Tale. But anyways, I think it'd be really cool if Hook just goes, Dustin Hoffman. Like, I think that'd be funny. Like, that'd always make up for his lameness. Like, I think that'd be cool if they actually...
I just say he's lame because when Rumpelstiltskin was beating him with his cane, and it's like obviously it's magic and he can do other things, but he's just like
beating you with a cane. Yeah.
so.
Maybe it was enchanted.
You know, remember when Tamara took down the dragon? I was reading an interview and they were saying that they regretted using a taser because they were hoping that people would assume that it was a special taser or something. And I guess maybe it makes more sense knowing that they have technology that can counteract magic. But everyone just saw a taser and translated it as taser, this is lame.
Right.
So
You know, I kind of had a problem with. I was like, that's really a dragon. That's how you kill a dragon with electricity. Something that can breathe fire.
oh my gosh, I got August. That would be so bad.
Yes,
It
I
would be
know.
so
Oh, how she can't? He's wood. It's wood.
Okay, not just that, and then to bring it back as regular Pinocchio, which just made me so sad. I'm like, it's okay to have nobody but Neil, and I don't want it with Neil.
No idea what you just said right now, but I felt the pain.
My sister said they can't have nobody on the show that looks better than Prince Charming. Not that I thought that they did, but except for Graham. Graham was super hot, and then they killed him.
But you know, I have to say the special effects in the show was so good.
Oh yeah, it looks
When
better than
Pinocchio was like when he's all like man wooden, I think it's so cool. I was like, man, these effects is crazy. I really was disappointed in
And I
how they did him because I really liked his character.
Yeah.
He was like, I love how they, incorporated, Pinocchio. He ended up, like in the story, he lost his way. They did that like in the actual real world, where the boys are like, "Come with me," let's go do this, and that's actually what he ended up doing. And like they incorporated his whole story into the real life and everything. I'm curious if Emma is actually going to turn into a swan. I'm assuming she's like the swan princess at one point. I'm just curious to see if that actually happens or if they incorporate that some type of way. I thought the whole reset thing that they did, in the thing was
Finale.
the finale was interesting, and how they're like, everybody will die except for you, Henry, because you were actually born here. I was like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Emma wasn't born there. I thought that was really interesting, and the whole thing of, should I wake you up to die type thing.
Yeah. The stories that they did with Belle, like I was so sad 'cause she lost her memory, and then when she threw that cup, I was just like, ah. And then when she got her memory back, and she's like this dirty whore. They didn't show her slip. Well, they showed her making out with somebody, but the thing was, in that episode was great because if you watched what her good side and her getting to Rumpelstiltskin trying to be good, and the dialogue when they played it against the world when she was bad, it was just so great if you watch it. And that the fact that she liked him evil, and he was like beating people, and it was just like, I don't know, arousing her or something. It was just so weird. But I'm just like, I wonder if they're,
I don't think Rumpelstiltskin banged Belle, but I do think he banged Lacey.
But and then he gave her, what he said about, I didn't want to wake you up to die, but he did anyway. And they had their moment, and you just feel for him, You just feel for him. You can't kill Rumpelstiltskin. That's how I felt when they were like having the story about him dying, whatever. It's almost like kill him.
Oh my
gosh! You have to do something so you will not.
You know what I thought
You have to
when
figure
they
this
were
out.
saying goodbye at the boat? And first of all, I have to say, I love that they're going to Neverland. Like,
Yeah.
I loved it. I've been waiting for Peter Pan like all season long.
I'm
let me say this,
on
let
the
me
fence
say
about the
this.
shadow thing.
Let me see. I think that's a pretty.
I think it's interesting.
But hold on, let me say this
but-
before I get to that. When Emily was like, she's like, you'll come back to me, and they kiss. Like, I just started thinking about Lost. I'm like, they're each other's constants. Like, I loved it. Loved it.
Okay,
But
but the shadow thing, I think it is interesting, and it's a twist, but I guess I just kind of have to wait to see.
And is it in connection
I
with
just-
the Reapers too?
Maybe, but the thing about it is, I'm kind of iffy about Neverland being so dark, I guess.
But it's so different from everything.
Yeah, I know it's so
maybe
different.
when they get their shadows back, because now Peter Pan is this evil jerk.
I know, so I'm hoping that they don't have a shadow and that's why they're bad or something. Not that I'm really just hoping that Peter Pan is not an evil person. That's what I'm really on the fence about. And if it is that way, then
Okay, who do you think?
I know nothing is what it seems. I'm just saying, if he's evil, I'm gonna be upset.
Okay, I was racking my brain trying to figure out who the villain would be, like racking on my brain, like as far as all the story tales and you know, the fairy tales on who the villain could be on Neverland, and I have no clue.
I think it'd be really cool if the villain actually is Peter Pan's shadow. Just for that little segment. Well, he's part of the villain.
No, I mean it's got to be like something.
But Peter Pan is one of the most innocent characters.
I don't want it to be Peter Pan. I think there has to be like a bigger conspiracy beyond that. But I mean, if they just made some.
They've used it.
But it has to be because
They've used
why
it.
would they?
I mean, they
Well, why would
evolved
they have it-
Rumpelstiltskin story so much beyond, you know, someone who spins gold and takes names or whatever, to being the dark one, you know. I'm assuming they're doing something bigger than that because Rumpelstiltskin is like someone we should all fear. It's like, what, you know, what's going on? So.
I mean, the only other villains, who haven't they touched? Jafar? Like, there's, I mean, I'm thinking about Kingdom Hearts again. You know, they already got.
Maybe it's the Heartless. I don't know.
They do kind of look like the Shadow.
There's tons of Heartless.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm anticipating it. I think it'll be good.
I know it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be.
I just wonder how they're going to, with everybody. I mean, Rumpelstiltskin was a big villain. Regina's a big villain. I know they all have to face somebody, but I guess hopefully I was hoping for still some evil Regina stories left. You know.
Well, you guys tell us what you guys think about Once Upon a Time and how it's been this season and the season finale. I'm Katrina.
I'm Gina.
I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks.
You stop yawning.
I can't help it if I yawn.